plans for the hurricane? I think Marvin said that you guys were headed back to Houston together.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to Houston for a little bit and then get back here. We got practice on this weekend, so.
So y'all road tripping?
Yeah.
Be fun, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did you know him growing up?
Yeah, me and Marvin from the same area.
What kind of kid did you know him even when he was early in high school and middle school?
Yeah, we our middle schools were rival middle school. So like I was in 8th grade, he was in 7th grade, and we both played basketball. So like that's when I realized he could really play basketball. He dominated our 7th grade team, then we backdoor and dominated their 8th grade team. So.
But he was obviously a big kid in the court that you just couldn't move.
Super big. He's a kid that knows how to move with it. Like
right.
he actually knows how to play basketball, so it's pretty cool.
Has he always been that kind of kid though in football, where double teams don't matter and he just blows stuff up?
Definitely. He's always had the size and the aggression. And he knows how to play football, so he's definitely been what he is.
How much does he help you guys with what he's doing up front? How much does he help the
linebackers? Tremendously. He's been playing very well these past few weeks, and I'm just proud of him. I'm happy for him, proud of him. I'm happy in front of him.
Is it kind of crazy to think like you guys are playing 8th grade basketball against each other, and now, however many years later, you're both in the same place in Florida?
Yeah, it feels good just knowing people from our environment. We're doing something more positive, so it feels good.
When the defensive line is playing as well as they did against Miami, just how much does that make your job easier as a whole?
It makes it way easier. It takes a lot of load off me. I only had 6 tackles in the game, I think, and it's not because I was just missing assignments. Just D-line played that well. They made a lot of tackles for loss, a lot of production in the backfield. So I'm just happy. Anytime your D-line does that, you have to be happy.
How confident are you guys that you guys can carry that intensity and focus into the games against the Wake Forest, teams like that?
Very confident, very confident. Because it's all about the approach, the way you approach practice. And I felt like we attacked practice all week last week, and it paid off for us. We didn't get the victory, but I think if we keep coming to practice to work like we did, it'll pay off in the long run.
This rushing defense, where it's at right now, I mean, how does that make you guys that much more of an overall strength to keep improving on?
It definitely gives us motivation because we see where we rank statistically in the country, and then we see in other categories where we're not as good. So we feel like why aren't we that good in that category? So we feel like we need to be at the top of each category. So we're just working to improve on each thing we need to improve on.
You had some young guys like Kalen and Asante that gave up some plays in that game. How do the older guys help those guys out?
It's football. It's going to happen, and you got to let them know, like, you know what I'm saying, that play's in the past. You got to move on past that, because if you let the play affect you, past that play is going to continue to, you feel me, like mess with you. So you don't want to let one play bother you and throw you out your game, throw you out your focus.